Man, you guys ever watch Jokic play a game that's so good, it just makes your whole week. A whole day later, you're still just buzzing.
Yeah, I mean, it happens pretty often, to be totally honest.
I'm telling you, it happens all the time. That's how I woke up today with a smile on
Buzzing?
my face.
You were buzzing?
Just buzzing.
Buzzing?
Just absolutely buzzing.
Buzzing.
What's up, everybody, and welcome into the DNVR Nuggets podcast.
Let's go. Let's go.
My man's got the air horns on a Monday. On a Monday, no less. A holiday Monday. We got a great show for you today, even though our internet is kind of doing a circle thing. I can't even follow along. We got some fun topics, man. In light of Jokic putting up a historic night, I decided to go through the record books and just look at all of Jokic's games and be like, you know what? Has he set a career high already in certain categories, or is the best yet to come?
Yes.
I just always think the best is yet to come. I mean,
Some of these are going to be almost impossible to break, though.
I don't know.
Go through it.
I don't think anything is impossible with Nikola Jokic.
I love that. Nothing is impossible. We're presented, as always, by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR whenever you sign up. I got the squad with me today. Live from Ball Arena. Back from Ball Arena. It's Brendan Vogt.
Yoke goes off last night. I'm writing, listening to Christmas music this morning. Now
Oh
I'm
my
live
God.
with the fellas. Come on, what a treat.
Dude, you are living your best life right
what
now.
a treat, man.
You are shining, man.
Oh,
shining.
man.
Over here, man with the wind behind his hat.
Definitely wasn't listening to Christmas music this morning for
Ah.
sure. Yeah, definitely
No?
not. No.
Do you listen to
Christmas music sucks, man. I'm sorry.
I would feel
is a
the way
hate crime.
he feels on the other side of the fence, but I'm on the right
What's
side.
the other side of the fence?
What's the
here?
other side
Yeah,
of the
what
fence?
are you talking
Just
about?
say
What
it, man.
fence?
Just say it.
It's on the other side of the menorah.
Yeah,
Wait,
just
hang
say
on.
it.
If
It's
I were
night- it's night
not
two of Hanukkah
If I
tonight.
were not Christian.
Is it night two?
Night 2, baby.
It's on the other night.
Wait, last
other
night
side
was
of the
night
weeping
number
wall.
one.
Yeah, last night was night 1.
Come on.
We kept-
Maybe
we-
Yoke's Jewish.
I was going to say, we kept thinking it was Slava. Maybe it was Hanukkah. And then over here, wearing a fresh new Denver Broncos sweater for life from DNVR.
Yeah.
Arguably the best thing about the Broncos season is that sweater. It's Eric.
I would call it a sweatshirt. Couldn't agree with you anymore. Also, Christmas music is awful.
It's terrible. My
I
God.
can't stand it. As soon as it starts playing, I remember how much I hate Christmas. But then when I experience Christmas, I'm like, this is great.
Man, I like Christmas music. I'm into it. So I think it's if you have kids, then it becomes better again.
Okay,
Like,
so
is-
Vogt has no reason to like Christmas.
Let me guess. You also
just never
like.
grew up.
Let me guess. You also like Moana.
I do. Moana's great. What are
There it
we
is.
doing here?
There it is.
Moana is among the best of those types
with
of
Adam.
the kids
Of those
movies.
types
Honest
of
to
movies.
God, no.
What was the first word you said before movie?
Either way, I'm telling you, either way,
Kid
Moana
movies?
is
Yeah,
an
there you
enjoyable
go.
watch.
Oh, okay.
And an enjoyable soundtrack. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Time with the kids in the car.
Keep doubling down.
Yeah, if me, an adult male, sits down at age 44 to watch Moana on my own and then come back and tell you how
wasn't-
fantastic
Hold
it is.
on. Kel can, super producer Kel can answer this. It's, what's his name? Lin-Manuel Miranda
Oh,
wrote it.
wow.
Come
Yeah,
on. Like,
I mean,
really?
he's
Really?
overrated.
You mean the
too.
guy that wrote the musical? I hate?
I'm
Holy shit.
I'm over that guy. Let me just say.
Holy cow.
This show always makes me feel like I'm in the wrong for the
I'm
right
way
take.
over that. Dude.
Let's.
You mean the corniest rapping I've ever heard in my entire life? Is
the guy
I
who
hate
wrote
that
a
I
musical
hate
so
that I
he could
agree with
star in
that
it?
part, but
Yeah.
disagree with the
A
Moana
lot
part.
of good Jokic stuff in segment 1. I checked the rundown. 10 minutes on Hamilton first. You guys down?
we
Yeah,
can do that.
overrated.
Let's get to
Who
it.
asked for Hamilton? That's my.
We got taken off the rails too early
Okay,
here.
sorry.
Guys, Jokic last night put up an all-timer. I was telling people this, but me and Vogt were just giggling. It was one of those games where you're just kind of giggling, and then it's
Dude, my culture's not your costume.
Cancel that guy. Cancel him.
The rare inside-outside joke.
We're going inside out, dude. We're going Nuggets today.
this. You know, I apologize. This is gonna be a terrible show. It's gonna be a terrible show today. I was wrong. I was wrong on that. But Jokic has this thing with him, as great players do, that sometimes, and I'm not saying he is above team, but where just watching the stat sheet is as fun as watching the game. And last night we were doing this in the third quarter. We're always like, did they give him a rebound for that? Yeah,
I
gave
love
him
that.
2 rebounds. And it's like
Yeah.
as fun as I'll stop watching the game to watch the stat sheet update. That's how fun it is.
I could not agree more. I feel like DraftKings Sportsbook, the king of sportsbooks, has shifted my focus on this. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously we're always looking for the triple double, but
Yeah.
my hyper focus on a steal or a rebound has changed significantly since each one of them has a dollar sign potentially attached to it.
But last night didn't have a dollar sign, and yet it was even more fun than dollar signs to me. Just watching, wanting him. I really wanted him to get to 30-30 though, so I was a little.
I know
bummed about
only
that.
7 rebounds in the second half.
Unreal.
What are we doing?
A lazy second half.
What are we doing?
We have Sombor double for when you come up one shy of a triple double. Was it when you come up just shy of a 30-30?
You have a Sombor Chamberlain.
It actually should be it when it's like a stat line so absurd.
Yeah.
You're like, damn it, he only had 40 and
It's
27.
it's when you put up a wilt. Like he put up a wilt last night.
Yeah, he did.
That's what
Well,
he did.
a Sombor wilt for sure.
He might win his 3rd Jordan this year. He put up a wilt last night.
I was. By the way, he's
That's the
also
rookie of the year,
He's
just
also
FYI.
the player of the week in the NBA.
That's right.
Hell yeah, he is the player
Devin
of the
Booker.
week. Take that, Devin Booker.
Wow.
Who had a very good week as well.
He
had a really good week.
week.
But I mean, look, man. To say Jokic is back sounds dumb because he's been good all year, but I do feel like there is a little bit of, and us learning that Murray has been banged up, and honestly, we knew something was up with him. I feel like Jokic kind of was like, "Oh man, you're not feeling good. All right, I don't have a running mate. I gotta go back."
Guess
into
I'm
MVP
going
mode.
for a rebound record.
And now it's no coincidence that 2 of his best stat lines have happened in 1 week, in my opinion.
Murray's banged up. Michael Porter's out. I mean, Slava's today. His whole family's been in town for this last couple weeks.
They really were, man. They rolled deep in the crowd yesterday.
Yeah, they've been here for a bit. He's spent time with them. He's had some home cooked meals. It's about to be, Serbian Orthodox Christmas next month. Like it's all coming up. Yoke,
Dude, we are officially in the AJ portion of the season. We are after Yokmas.
Yep.
After Yokmas is when things change. Before in the BJ time, before Yokmas,
Hang on.
we were on.
I hate the BJ time.
Yeah.
I hate BJ.
Yeah.
Worst time of the year.
Worst time of the
The
year.
BJ time is like you get a taste of it, but you're just always wanting more.
Don't use the word taste. dude.
What is
wrong? You're right.
You get a little bit, but you
You're
want
right.
more of it.
It's so true. You don't
And then
want more.
after BJ, you're just like it's
After a while.
AJ.
It's the
You're
full,
so satisfied.
it's the
after
full experience
It's
afterward.
AJ. AJ.
Yeah, AJ.
This show is terrible, and I thought it was going to be so good. I thought it was going to be good today. So anyway, I wanted to get to this. I honestly think that Jokic is in takeover mode until either Murray is healthy again or Michael Porter's not. You watch him play, man, and he's got an extra aggressiveness to him. And we know he prefers to kind of be set the table, get everybody involved. He's like, I got to do it. I got to carry the team. And I do think some of this has to do with how teams are guarding him. I do feel like Denver, what is it? Number 1 in 3-point percentage for most of the year, whatever. I do think that the book is out on you know what? It's actually better to make Jokic score 40.
Right.
It's swung back the other way now where they're like, he picks us apart this way. But I want to go through the record book here and tell me over or under. Do you have the record book, Kel? Do you have the record book graphic here? We did not have enough time. All right, we don't have the graphic for it.
Use your imagination.
Use your imagination. Imagine there's Jokic book here. 50 points is his career high.
Oh man.
Jokic once scored 50 points in a loss, by the way, to the Sacramento Kings.
Oh god, that was such an ugly loss.
Was this this was in regulation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
in regulation. So will Jokic have is that his career high, or will he surpass that one day?
We'll surpass that one day.
50?
We'll surpass it.
What's your confidence level?
It's not 100. I wouldn't be shocked if you told me he has even better stat lines than that, but never peaks out at.
Well, I mean,
at
that game's not his best game. In fact, if I didn't tell you Sacramento, you might not have even remembered.
Precisely. So, but, it's not a guarantee. I just think, for me, there's going to be one game where he has it all going, plus the 3-point shot, and it's just going to, it's just going to get him over that. It's the golden rule of Miroslav. Is he going to...
So true.
Do you think Jokic gets better? Or, yeah,
We
he'll
were like-
probably surpass whatever his record is.
This year it was who's going to be the first to 40. It was Jokic, and then second to 40, also
Jokic.
Jokic. So third
In
to
the
40.
same week.
Nobody actually.
AJ.
Nobody else might get 40.
You know what?
I feel
Very
pretty
good
confident
chance.
in that take
Very good
actually.
chance. Harrison, over or under 50 for Jokic?
Over. Yeah. It's gonna be one of those games too, kind of like last night. Just like, random opponent. Just like not national TV. Just one of those random games where he has one of these ridiculous stat lines, and it's gonna be like, 50-something points. Like, nope, there it is.
Yeah.
It just happened. It's also going to be a game where he gets the line. Like, that's something that's happened in all these monster games. He gets the line a lot, and he got to the line a ton last night.
Do you think he's getting to the line more?
Like,
is this a skill he's picking up?
I don't know. I don't think. Definitely yes.
7 a game this year, 6.3 last year. He's up almost a full one. And if you do per 36, I'm trying to pull it up, he's up almost exactly 1 free throw attempt per 36. That's not that much, but it is something, though.
Well, some of it, too, probably is the fewer 3-point attempts. Like, he's just spent a lot of time down low. Spent a lot of time down low.
Eric, 50, over, under.
It's the thing about Jokic is that he does not care.
That's so
Good
true.
point.
And, like, Devin Booker cares. Jamal Murray cares. Like, if
Almost
Nikola
every game.
Jokic is approaching that 50-point mark, other players would be inclined to change the way they play to make sure that they surpass it. Like, it's really conditions have to be perfect for Jokic to do it. Like, he has to score so effortlessly, which he does all the time, that he doesn't realize he's approaching 50 points. And he has to be like last night without a running mate. Like, he just is on. He has no choice but to score. So, I mean, it seems like in all things Jokic, like, it seems insane that he's already done the best in something that he will ever do, because he's only getting better every single day. So, I mean, he'll definitely go over 50 again.
Another condition that has to be met is he has to play minimum 40 minutes probably.
Yeah.
And he can do that if the Nuggets just decide their bench is so bad that night where they can't play it, which is what happened last night.
Yep.
And could I see that happening again? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's another reason why it could happen.
You're right, though, about this, that Jokic always plays like 33 minutes. Like, a lot of his big games, you look at the minute total and you're like, it was only 33 minutes he did this in. And last night, Malone, through hell or high water, was going to get a win that game. And turns out that really just meant I'm going to play Jokic 40 minutes tonight, because that's how you can guarantee a win against a bad team. And I do feel like that. And here's my take. This is the 15th game of Jokic scoring 40 or more in his career. The 15th time he's done that.
It's a lot.
2 or 3 of those now have been in the playoffs. I think he gets a career high in the playoffs. I think that's what
What's
he's
his
most
career high?
needed.
43 in the playoffs?
Let me see if I...
Yeah, was it that game they lost against the Spurs?
San Antonio. Yeah. San Antonio game 6.
All of his like super high scoring games seem to be in losses. It's not great. It's because nobody else is scoring. He has to.
Yeah.
He's only got 1 in the playoffs. It was the San Antonio game. I think his career high will be higher than 50, but I don't think it'll be much higher. I could see
51.
51,
Yeah,
52, 53. I could see him having that. I don't see him having a 60-point game, in large part because, as we're going to run into with all of these stats, when Jokic dominates, the Nuggets tend to win. The points is the one where that's not true, but we'll see that later on with assists in particular.
He also just is never going to take enough threes to get 60. You have to like make 5 or 6
Is that
threes.
true?
Yeah, you really do, man.
No, I know that part is true that you need to.
Yeah.
But if Jokic started a game 3 of 3 from 3 in the first quarter,
I don't think he would. I don't think he would take enough threes. I just don't.
Man, here's another scouting report. If you're scouting against Jokic, giving him the 3 is the smart option. And if he hits like 3 in a row, do you change your whole game plan? Maybe you don't. Maybe you're just like,
Yeah, I
if
don't
he
think
beats
you
us,
do.
and then Jokic just drains like 7
I
threes.
think you have to make him do that. But he could also do that.
Rebounds, 27. Last night was his
mean-
career high. Rebounds, 27. Eric, is that going to be broken?
Yes.
What?
He could have easily gotten more last night.
Yeah, but last night was the
It
most
took
he's
the
ever
perfect
gotten.
storm.
Yeah, but like,
for him to
did
get
that feel
20
like
something in the first
did it?
half.
Did it feel like he did anything especially like out of character last night? You don't think that those circumstances?
Well, the
will
Nuggets forced a
present
lot of
themselves
misses
again?
for the first time all year.
And they missed and Jamal missed a lot of
Yeah,
shots.
but like he will easily surpass that.
Wow.
I guarantee.
Wow.
I guarantee it. Like
Oh,
this.
You're more confident on this one?
Yes, I don't feel like like this was a unique set of circumstances, but I don't feel like it was so anomalous that we'll
Wow.
never see it again. And Jokic was just collecting every single rebound. He could have had more last night.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have had more for sure. But he also got so many. What do you think, Wind?
I mean, he could. I feel more comfortable with going over 50 than him getting more than
Me too.
27 rebounds. But he could. It's just rebounding, especially defensive rebounding. It's just like a lot of the time, whoever just really wants to get that rebound, because a lot of those are just uncontested. And last night he was just, I'm going to get this and, we're going to start the break and go quick. If he's in that mindset, yeah, he could get it again.
I'm with Win that it felt like the perfect set of circumstances. Charlotte, like, that game felt a little quicker in terms of pace. Charlotte was taking a lot of shots.
Oh, yeah. Charlotte runs at one of the quickest paces in the league.
And Melo, who I quite like watching, and he hits them too, but like he'll chuck up some horseshit shots. They don't they don't wait at all.
Can you imagine coaching LaMelo Ball?
It'd be a tough one.
I think it's a tough.
So I love how he
LeVar
plays,
Ball
though.
doesn't
There's
like
like
that.
things I love about him, but you're right that like reining him in seems impossible. This was his 14th game of 20 or more rebounds, but his second high, he did it 3 times, is 22. So 27 is like a pretty big outlier.
Yeah, I would think no. I'm gonna say no.
Are we still on, Kale? Can people hear us?
We're on the air. We're doing it live.
We'll do it live. We'll keep going here. It becomes an audio show for a little bit. All right. What do you think? 27?
I would say no.
I think there's no chance.
I would say no. To me, that felt like a once in a career thing we watched last night. But
Yeah.
what do I know? Golden rule of Miroslav? Probably not.
Assists, 17.
This is definitely going over. He will get a 20 assist game, maybe this season.
I'm with Wind. I think 20 happens before he hangs it up.
Yeah. It should be this season with the 3-point shooters they have, when Michael Porter Jr. gets back, when Jamal Murray gets better than he is right now. I think he should get 20 assists this season.
Oh, I said it wrong. 18 is his career high.
Yeah.
Eric, he has 18, 17, 2 16s, 4 15s. So
Yeah, this is like all the thing about this stat, obviously, is that it's wholly dependent on somebody making a goddamn basket. Like, how many assists have we watched being stolen from Nikola Jokic because he got somebody a perfect pass that they just couldn't convert? I feel like there's going to be, there will be a game with like Michael Porter Jr.'s on a heater, Jamal Murray's on a heater, Bones Highland's on a heater.
They have the shooters for him to do it.
Absolutely.
We're back.
we're back. I will say though, so unlike the points one, where I think most of his high point total games came in losses or close games or whatever, all of these but one. So he had 8 games with 15 or more assists. All but one came in a win. Only a 15 assist game, a 17, 12, 15 game back in 2021, the Nuggets lost. The rest of them, and this is the thing, if Jokic at the half has 10, 11, 12 assists, aren't they up by 20?
Yeah, probably.
Usually.
That's why I think it's hard, because to get there, you need to have a first half where you have like 13 assists, right? And if you have 13 assists in a half, just automatically, if those were all 2-pointers, which statistically most of his assists, I believe, are 3s, so let's say 2.5 points, you're still talking about that alone is giving you 40 points.
Yeah.
You probably scored 70 in the half, and you're probably up 15 at least.
Yeah.
Never overestimate the Denver defense.
Yeah,
too.
you'd have
A
to
lot.
be like the 28th ranked defense or something for that to happen.
All right, well, you guys are feeling it. I think this one will get broken if it's 18. I think he'll have 19, maybe 20, but I don't see it going up like too much higher than that. It's just so rare. Where are we at time-wise, Kale? 19 minutes. We get one more in here. Steals. Career high is only 5.
Interesting.
I mean, who knows? I don't know. I have the
That feels-
least amount of
yeah.
feel for this one. I feel like this one's more random than anything.
Totally.
It is a little random, but you can also tell when Jokic like really locked in defensively. I don't know.
Probably,
5 is
probably
so
not.
low.
5's, yeah, but it's
For center, it's not low.
It's true.
You know,
I mean, the
if he's not in drop.
the
He
overarching
could get
feeling
more
for
than
me on
5.
all of these is like, it seems insane to think again that he's accomplished the best he's ever going to in any category.
that I do agree with that general principle. We talk about this with Porter, but Jokic has it in abundance too. Like, he'll drop an A+ legendary game, and I walk away from it sometimes like, I still feel like he left some on the board there.
Totally.
You know?
like
I'm
last night we were like,
Uh,
27 could have been like 30 rebounds.
yeah.
Come on, man.
I think this is the most likely one to get broken, in large part because steals are tough. There's some games where you pick up 2 steals because a guy cuffed the ball up into your lap, and then he'll get 2, 3 more, and then all of a sudden it's halftime he's got 5 steals. He just needs 1 more. I think he'll break this one. And there's just games where guys have 8, 9 steals, and you go back and watch them, and half of them are just kind of lucky. I think that one will get broke. All right, we'll do blocks. What would you guess his career high is in blocks?
5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, he has 5 blocks.
Okay, there it is.
Nice.
There you
I
go.
thought that was a little shocking.
There
I
you
would have
go.
guessed like 3.
I mean, I remember didn't he have a 4-block game this year?
He may.
Yeah,
have.
he may
I
have
think he may have.
actually.
I'll look it up.
He's
while
had
you're
a couple
talking.
It was
game-winning
in
blocks.
His last
before.
MVP line, I think. Yeah,
So, do you guys are all over?
I could see him going over that for sure.
I think you guys would be a little more rowdy. At
It'd,
some of
it'd
these
be
takes.
it'd be a game like like the Utah game.
He has 1 game of 5 blocks.
where AG was on Olynyk,
2017.
and Yoke can just kind of hang out in the paint a little more and not play the ping pong perimeter thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably got to show a little more effort defending the restricted area than he's shown this season.
That's just it. This is
maybe just
pure
like
effort.
put his arms up a couple times,
pure effort.
get a couple blocks that way. I mean, last night, that first quarter, I mean, don't you guys feel like the opponents this season just know he's not going to give much of an effort like
Yeah.
defending the rim?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like that's a pretty common fact that's known right now.
There are guys who kind of have no business just putting their heads down and driving the way they do against Denver.
Colin Sexton was the one that stood out to me earlier in the year, where I was
Yeah.
like, "Come on, Yoke, he's like going right at you. Like, he's
Like Nick Richards shouldn't look at you and his eyes get big, you know. But
Yoke did kick his ass though.
he did. I'm not.
It was 1 week ago against Utah when Jokic had 31 points, 12 rebounds, 14 assists, and 4 blocks. By the way, we're talking about the week Jokic had. This one doesn't even count because it's technically 8 days ago.
Yeah,
Jokic's on a heater right now, you guys. It's such a crazy heater. It's fun. Let's take a break. We got more of these on the other side, as well as some just general Nuggets conversation to
Just
get
has
to.
to avoid that Thomas Bryant matchup.
That's so sad.
Good thing they played the Lakers 3 times already. Breckenridge Brewery is the official beer of DNVR.
Hell yeah, it
and
is.
you know what time of season it is. It's
Winter.
Vanilla Porter
AJ.
Junior season. It is AJ. Yeah, screw the seasons. We're just BJ or AJ right now.
Solstice coming up. You guys excited?
Not really. The Vanilla Porter Jr. from Breckenridge Brewery. If you don't know where to get it, check out the Breck Brew beer locator on the Breck Brew website. That will tell you where to get Breck Brew and the Vanilla Porter closest to you. I just call it the Vanilla Porter Jr. by default. It's pretty hilarious. Breck Brew, the official beer of DNVR. Make sure you're drinking that Vanilla Porter this time of year. At DraftKings Sportsbook right now, the NBA is in full swing, obviously. Make sure you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Make sure you sign up with the code DNVR. Everyone is excited about gifts, the holiday spirit, but what about basketball when I throw down on NBA action? It's got to be with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers right now can bet just $5 pregame money line on any NBA team to win their game. Get $150 in free bets if they do. You can also go in on same game parlays, combine multiple bets for an even bigger payout. They've also got that stepped up same game parlay
Ever tell you
probably
guys
going
I
right
hit
now.
a 10-leg one once?
The Brennan Vogt special. We
Have I
know
told
all
you
about
guys
it.
that?
10 legs, 100% profit boost. Download the app now. Get in on the holiday hoops action. Sign up with code DNVR. Place a $5 pregame moneyline bet on any NBA team to win. Get $150 in free bets if they do. That's only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code DNVR. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
God, he's so good at that.
I mean, I was just transported back to a time when every time we had to talk about Jamal Murray, it used to be we always had to discuss the status of his legs. Remember this?
Legs.
He had leg. Yeah, we're like his legs. His
I think
legs
we're
are
back
with
there,
him.
by the way.
It's-
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
we're back, baby.
I'm actually worried about his legs.
10
If there
leg.
was one thing.
It's a 10-legger.
All right, moving on here, guys. I got a couple more of these Jokic ones for you. Jokic,
Tight.
10 turnovers. This one less fun.
10 turnovers?
I hope that's. I hope not.
Man, more than 10 turnovers is really rough.
I think he'll beat it.
What's his career high?
10.
10?
That's the game. Is this confusing? Oh, hold on. Have you been following what we've been
No,
doing?
I knew that. I knew
Wouldn't
that.
thought it was an auction.
Play along in the chat, too, by the way. I think he has an 11 turnover in him.
Yeah, I mean, probably. There's just going to be one of those games. We've already seen it a little this season where he's just trying crazy shit.
Yeah.
He'll probably get to 11 in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go over.
Eric.
I hope not. I'm going to say no. I'm abandoning this evil. You get this evil out of here.
I appreciate that energy, but I agree with the other fellows.
Free throw attempts, 18.
Under.
Really? You think 18 is the most he'll ever take?
Maybe.
No way, man. I honestly think, this is a take, I honestly think he is searching out, 98 points in the paint. Like, I think he is searching out paint points, paint dominance, going hard.
Also, sometimes I wonder if 35-year-old Jokic, if we're lucky enough to see him play that long, I wonder if 35-year-old Jokic is just like a foul merchant. He's just gotten so crafty where he can just bait refs into a call every single time and just lives at the line.
Yeah.
I do think there is an emerging element of when Jokic has a first quarter where he's just living in the paint and he's aggressive right off the bat. To me, it kind of sets the tone for a different whistle. Maybe that's an anecdotal observation.
I like it though.
But so I wonder, I do feel like maybe things are slowly kind of tipping in the other direction in terms of getting more free throws.
I mean, they had to demand these free throws last night. He and Michael Malone got back-to-back technicals, just screaming at the ref, like, "What are you doing?" And they were right to do it. I don't see it as a trend. It should be a trend. I mean, he definitely gets fouled that many times a game. It's just whether or not they'll actually get acknowledged by the referees. So, I mean, it'll go over. It'll definitely go over. I mean, Embiid gets this every game.
I know it's like every once a week he has a game with 18 or so.
Yeah, but Jokic will never throw his body into someone the way AD
also never fall down,
Embiid.
which doesn't help.
That's kind of what I mean. It's not just about baiting contact. It's like literally putting your body at risk
acting
to get
like
the
you've
call.
been shot.
Yeah, Jokic doesn't really.
Field goal attempts, 35. This is one I don't think is getting broken.
35
is an insane amount of field goal attempts.
No way. I would say no way.
There's no way he ever takes more than 35.
There's got to be an overtime.
Billy Kennedy, Josh. That's who's got to be reffing his 20 free throw attempt game.
Yeah, 35.
35 is a lot.
Because he hit like 32 of them.
It's like 35, and 30 of those are 2-pointers.
Yeah, that would be a 70-point game for Jokic, right?
Usually. I think he was off that night. I'm going to pull it up. How many times has he taken 20 or more? More than you would think. He has taken it 131 times. Holy
there's
crap.
a big difference between 20 and...
Yeah.
Well, I know. I just was... I thought that number was going to be low. He's taken 39 times. Maybe I'm wrong on this. 9 times he's taken 30 field goal
9
attempts.
times.
He took 35, 34,
For him to take 35,
32,
the starting lineup around him has to be like Facu Campasso, Austin Rivers, Will Barton.
Don't rule any of that out, by the way.
Yeah, sounds
and
about right.
Keita Bates-Diop.
You're right. These all came.
That's got to be the 4
One
around
came in
him.
2019. The rest of these came in 21 or 22.
I couldn't remember who the other starter was on that.
3-point
team.
field goal attempts, 11.
Aaron Gordon.
That's wild. Was that against who was that? Was that against
I think
Portland?
he was 4 of 11.
That's crazy.
Was that
I
against
wouldn't have
Nurkic?
guessed it would be 11.
He's taken 11. He's taken 10 a bunch, actually. I'm going to pull it up here. As we go
I'd
through
be
debating.
surprised if he... I feel like
I
Jokic
can't
is-
imagine it.
Don't you feel like he's kind of
Seems
over
insane.
threes?
I mean, it's
He shot a
too-
bunch last
yeah.
night.
Threes are just too much of a cop.
He made like
for
4 last night.
That's the thing, though. After the game, he was so interesting because he was like, I feel confident in that shot. I make it all the time in practice. I don't know why. in
So I
games-
mean, like once it starts rolling, he might just like lean into
Yeah.
it. He did last night.
I honestly think this is it. I think we're like, it's...
I gotta tell you guys a little story. So Jokic has told us in the past about it. I think it kind of is about thinking or not overthinking. You know, he talks about being such a good clutch shooter, and I think it's because there's just no time to think whatsoever. Last night warming up, Jokic was bricking a bunch of threes, and Ogie said something to him, and they started arguing. And Jokic got more into the argument than shooting, and he hit 10 in a row. He's like shrugging in the middle of his shot.
Dude, that is a full in knot stat.
That's what I'm saying.
Straight up in knot.
So there's like a mode he can get into.
I feel like, Vlatko needs to pick up his game. More trash talking
Yeah,
Jokic
yeah.
and warm up. Come on, Ogie.
Exactly.
Come on, Vlatko. He has 11, by the way, twice. He has 10 4 times. So 6 times he's taken 10 or more threes.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm going to go over. I think there's going to be a
Okay.
game where he's like 7 of 12, 7 of 14, something like that. And that's
It
why you
seems
take that many.
insane, but like again, what can't he do?
I know.
It's a
He has
good point.
to come. There are matchups where it's like, you remember back when he was playing Gobert, you knew he was taking 3 in the first quarter. And if you just go 3 for 3, why would you stop?
Yep.
Why would you stop? Why not keep shooting them? And eventually you're good. All right. A couple more here, just 2 more. Best he's ever gone, 4 for 4 from 3 without missing. Will he ever go 5 for 5 without a miss?
Why not?
I'm going to say no.
That's tough.
5
not?
5 is tough.
That's
you say
tough.
yes, Eric?
Why not? What can't he do?
I mean, this is what can't he do is always a good rebuttal.
It's really it's irrefutable.
It's irrefutable.
Did Wilt Chamberlain ever go 5 of 5? I'm
Never,
joking.
never. He never did.
He never even took 1 3.
Do you guys think because of the Capel dispute, Jokic's just going to end up right where Wilt was? Like in 30 years, kids are like, no way.
Yeah. There's
He
no
didn't.
footage
He
of
did
it.
not play. That is not a
game
real.
wasn't locally shown in Denver.
What do you think? Actually,
27.
the Jokic
Ooh.
lore will be in like 30 years. It will be like, oh, that guy was so athletic, man.
He took this.
No,
he
no,
took
no.
this one-footed, wrong-footed fadeaway jumper
He
that
was 7'3" and, like,
befuddled opponents.
No, it'll be like Larry Bird. They'll be like, Jokic couldn't play in today's game of 2046. There's no way. Like, it's just a lot different now. It's just too slow.
He purposely didn't get triple doubles and finished 1 assist short of them.
I can't wait till we get to
yeah,
start.
yeah.
I can't wait till it's been long enough that we get to just start lying, though. Just
I know.
making up
I'm very
stories. I'm going to
excited.
be
You
reckless.
can't lie though. There's probably you would have been like one time he made 11 straight. You're like,
Right.
oh wait, actually he did.
Right.
I was lying.
One time he left the MVP trophy in the arena. Actually, that's true,
Yeah.
too.
He went 11 of 11. So this is the last one, guys.
One
Field
time
goals.
he left the first inaugural Michael Jordan trophy that he refused to receive publicly, then just left at the arena. It had to be wheeled out to him in a suitcase.
Hey man, I'm telling you, you guys say all that, but that man showed up yesterday just shining. My God, he looked good. I thought he looked unbelievable. I
you want
couldn't
need some
believe
time
it.
alone, Adam?
I'm just saying. Yoke, there's like suit games. I thought the first time Yoke started wearing suits, it was like me wearing suits, you know, where you're like, I
This
gotta-
was
like a little
Joseph
baby.
Ake Bank. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Like a little baby.
Yeah,
There's like
like
an iron mark
in
on the
my
back.
dad's suit or
Yeah,
something.
dude.
And now Yoke is like, you're kind of like, damn, that's like,
You're
the, little,
like-
the gold matches
like,
the green. And
New man every time, dude.
I'm like, this dude actually has some style coming in. All right, last one. You guys remember the game. 11 of 11 from the field. The most shots he's taken without a miss. Will he ever go 12 of 12?
Hell
I'm
yeah.
going to say yes.
Of
Yeah.
course he will.
Yeah,
He
I'm
might
gonna
do it
say yes.
tomorrow.
That
dude.
one's a lock.
Of course he will.
That one was
Yeah,
a
I
lock.
actually feel the most confident in this one.
Really?
It's going to be a game against, I don't know, Daniel Gafford.
You're right. It's
Against
actually-
Rashawn Holmes.
This is going to be next year.
Yeah, like
I've seen it
name
on
one
there.
of the 15 starting centers in the NBA that just sucks.
I'm gonna
It's
find
going to
the-
be against that guy.
I'm going to find this one. I'm going to look it up real quick. Keep talking.
Well, I just kind of want to run down like the next 15 starting centers he's going to go against.
Oh my God.
Like
Let's-
who is it tomorrow night?
Let's see.
Oh, Steven Adams. Probably not him. He likes Steven Adams
He does
too
like
much.
Steven Adams, yeah.
Steven Adams also like good.
Well, it's
the Grizzlies'
Ayton.
good defense is really good. All right, so I'm going through
Actually,
this.
maybe it's against the Kings and Sabonis.
You guys called this a
yeah.
lock, and I just want you to know that it's only happened 27 times in history that a
Exactly.
player has done this.
Yeah. That
6
seems
of
high.
those are
That's,
Jokic.
that makes me feel even better.
Yeah,
about it.
doubling
Jokic
down.
Oh my God, you'll
Doubling
never
down.
believe who one of the names on this list is.
Thomas
Thomas Bryant.
Was it against
14
Jokic
of
2
them
nights
against the
ago?
Nuggets.
No,
yeah.
against Phoenix. Thomas Bryant went 14.
Dude,
of
are we
14.
Thomas-
sleeping on
Are we
Thomas
sleeping on
Bryant?
Thomas Bryant? This is what he does.
Is
He's
Thomas
fucking
Bryant the
Twitter.
next Wilt Chamberlain?
My God, this is so wild.
Some GM's going to be listening to this and just offer Thomas Bryant another ridiculous contract
Rob
in free
Pelinka.
agency.
12 of 12, Rashawn
that's
Holmes.
actually the
Demonis
answer.
Sabonis went 12 of 12, so if Sabonis can do it, you can. You know what? I'm taking it too.
Yeah, this is a lock.
Yeah, this is a lock.
That's stone cold lock.
The record 18 of 18 from Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967.
All right,
That
work's
might
cut
be
out
tough.
for you.
Dude, is there a single record held in the NBA that is not held by Wilt Chamberlain?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I like that. So guys, good news. We're in for some great Jokic performances
Yeah.
ahead.
According to us.
According to us. In all seriousness, though, this is the meaningful part of all of this, and this is why the conversation yesterday after the game was interesting, because, you know, I hate the MVP conversation. It really did pick up yesterday. I was telling Eric this upstairs, where I was like, is it just our bubble that now I'm seeing it, or is the whole timeline starting to talk about the MVP now because Jokic has entered it, and it's throwing everyone into a tizzy? Doesn't it feel like everyone's talking about it?
It does. And I mean, at this point, I just feel pretty confident he's got a really good chance to win it.
My feeling is that we're now.
Is that a crazy take?
my feeling is that
Why?
we're just now paying attention to it.
Look, the Nuggets have been just awful. They haven't even tried defensively all season. They're near the top of the West. They're going to finish near the top of the West most likely. He's going to play in enough games. He's going to put up ridiculous numbers. He might average a triple-double. I mean, if all that happens, there's a great chance he wins it. I just think there is.
There's a good chance. So tonight, Milwaukee.
The Celtics are crumbling.
Oh my God, that's actually the true story. But Milwaukee is in New Orleans tonight. Milwaukee has a good chance of winning. Pels are good, but we'll see. If they win tonight and Pels lose, tomorrow night's game will be for first place in the Western Conference. So there is a chance, again, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves with this type of thinking, but there is a chance where tomorrow night Jokic has another great game and people start doing, over the last 10 games, Jokic is averaging 31, 14, and 10.
Since he came back from COVID, he's been out.
Since he came back from COVID, we'll do that. And then it'll be, and oh, by the way, the Nuggets are the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. And
Right.
then, the story will be insane. Do you have a chance?
He has a chance, but again, it's not really
Who's
about
going to win MVP this
It's not
year?
really about being the MVP though. He has to clear it by a whole nother.
This is what we've said the last 2 years, and he's done it.
with you,
Right?
With you. Last year I said there's literally not a chance, so I'm not gonna say there's no chance. I also just don't think to me, eye test watching Yoke. To me, it's been just a half level below last year so far.
I agree, actually. I agree.
It's because of the defense. I don't think it's because of the offense, though.
I mean,
The offense is actually, I think, more impressive.
But
think-
he
and also
was
he-
more of a individual scoring force last year. That's the difference.
it's just his.
That's why it feels a little different.
Yeah, his whole mentality day to day was if I don't bring A+, this
Yep.
whole ship is sinking. And he brought that for 2 years. And I think understandably, although at times also deserving of criticism, that's ebbed and flowed for me a bit this year. Having said all of that, then you look at his numbers.
Yeah,
then you look at the Nuggets record.
We're
and you
AJ,
go,
dude.
And you go, oh yeah, he has a chance.
A switch has flipped. He's got Eye of the Joker. Is it
believe
possible? Yes, I do.
Me too.
He absolutely he got down off the cross at the advice of Ariana, and now he's like, well, I'm going back up on that cross.
going back
I
up.
don't know what I was doing. So, and the other, the MVP thing, is there more chatter about it? I mean, I feel like this way about the standings. I never look at the standings unless I know I'm going to be pleased by it.
So true.
If we're in a spiral, and people are talking about the standing, I'm like, I don't
It's early, guys.
I don't want to.
Let's,
I don't want to talk about it. Same thing. MVP. There's been MVP talk about Zion. There's been MVP talk
The
about.
Celtics started at week 1.
Yeah, Jason Tatum. We're just not in the middle of
Might
it,
as well.
and we're about to be.
Yeah, but to your point about Jokic just flipping the switch, I was saying it all season. The first part of this year to him was about getting Jamal Murray going, getting Michael Porter Jr. going, getting Bruce Brown and KCP, the two new guys, in a rhythm. He was always going to turn it on when he just felt like he needed to. Michael Porter's been out of the lineup. Jamal Murray, apparently his knee is hurting him. We learned that
It's so
last
obvious,
night.
so watching him. He
Yeah,
looks
which is kind of interesting.
I can't believe he played.
But Jokic has realized that now is the point in the season where he has to do it himself. And I knew we'd get to this point. We're here now, and that's what's happening.
Here's the numbers, guys. In the last 15 games, we're talking the last half of the season so far. Half of it. 29.6 points per game.
That's pretty good.
29.6.
Pretty good.
Over the last 15 games. 12.4 rebounds, which is like last year. 9.2 assists, which is better than ever. 63% from the
Got to get those assists up.
So literally up everywhere except for rebounds, which he's only barely down. But percentage, points, assists, all up. I'm telling you, I don't think he is down from last year. I think he is actually up on offense. He's down on effort on defense is what it is. And that's meaningful, but it's also the thing you don't really quantify that much on individual level. Let's take a break. On the other side, guys, some general Nuggets discussion here about I want to do what is actually concerning. There's been some noise. And then I also want to do just some little positivity. Monday positivity.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, finally. Some positivity about things that are actually going well that are overlooked a little bit.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, we are teamed up with Illegal Pete's again.
Oh, yeah.
Here at
dude.
DNVR.
Talk about some positivity.
Guess what I had for lunch?
Illegal Pete's.
Illegal Pete's. Yeah.
It would have been awkward if
I
it
think
wasn't
you got a
Illegal Pete's.
burrito. I believe you got a burrito bowl.
That's what I got.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's your order at Illegal
Yeah,
Pete's?
talk us
Can
through
you
it.
reveal your order?
Can I guess your order?
Go for it.
Burrito bowl, white rice, black
Yeah.
bean, chicken, lettuce,
No way.
Sour
Come on,
cream
lettuce.
cheese.
Come on.
Lettuce in a bowl.
No lettuce.
I get lettuce in a bowl.
lettuce.
Is that where we got
I know
bumped?
Win
Yeah,
does.
that's where you got bumped. So you're good
And
so
then I
far.
think you get pico de gallo.
Correct.
And I think you probably either get green or hot.
No, I don't do the second salsa, but I do put the cilantro on it.
Cilantro.
That cilantro is so good.
I agree.
You can get that exact bowl at Illegal Pete's, the Adamares bowl.
The Hadamades.
They call that the snooze bowl, by the way.
What's that?
It's very boring. You can spice it up a little.
They're like, this is the Jason's Deli version of Illegal Pete's.
They're like one gringo bowl for Adam Mares.
I opened my heart to you guys once. Never let me down.
Never again.
It's like the type of bowl a 10-year-old orders. Sorry.
Cilantro? Like little 10-year-olds.
They're like, can you make? Yeah.
This is getting
Do you have
lit
more?
up.
Do you have a more mild pico de gallo?
Extra,
I like tomatoes.
Extra sour
I like
cream and
tomatoes.
cheese.
I think tomatoes are good.
Stop by one of their 12 locations throughout the Colorado and Arizona areas for a happy hour, 3 to 6 p.m. every day. Also, Illegal Pete's is hooking you up with something extra this year. Spend $100 on gift cards, score an extra $25 for free. So you're probably going to spend $100 at Illegal Pete's eventually if you go there a
hell
lot.
yeah, dude.
Just sign up for that, get that gift card, get an extra $25 for free. You can do that at any of the Illegal Pete's locations. Pins and Aces is the official golf apparel partner of DNVR. If you wear Pins and Aces gear, I guarantee you're going to get compliments on and off the course. They've got amazing polos, hats, golf bags. They've even got our favorite beer sleeve. It's an innovative product. It allows you to score or to store 7 beers right inside your golf bag and keep them
You were
cold
right. That's a
the
sco-
entire round. Because
That's a score.
the minimum amount of beers you need for a round of golf is 7.
Yeah.
You know what
well,
7 beers is? 6-pack plus 1 for fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
a degenerate's dozen.
That's right. That's good.
Pinsandaces.com. Use the code DNVR to get 15% off your first order and get free shipping. That's pinsandaces.com. Also, if you need tickets to sporting events, concert shows, use the Game Time app. Most importantly, use our link in the description. It's right there, right below us if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to this as a podcast, it's in the podcast description too. If you need tickets to concert, shows, whatever you want, wherever you're going.
Denver Nuggets games.
Nuggets games, Avs games, Broncos games, Rockies games.
Do you want offensively low priced tickets to watch our Lord and Savior ascend AJ?
Last minute price drops too. Use the Game Time app. Use our link in the description.
There you go. Alrighty, guys. I want to talk about real quickly because we don't need to dive in because we've been diving in all year to the concerning things about the Nuggets. But let's just bullet point them out.
Sure.
What's concerning to you, Harrison, about this Nuggets?
Just the fact that they don't give a shit about the defense. It's my biggest concern.
So you wouldn't even just say the defense; you would say the concern, the
concern level, the effort, the desire.
Eric, what else? What else is concerning about the Nuggets?
The lack of a consistent running mate for Nikola Jokic, like not knowing where secondary, tertiary scoring is going to come on any given night. And part of that is like a credit to their depth that it can come from a lot of different places. But, you know, if this team is going to make a real run, I really, in my heart, believe that has to come from Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, with Aaron Gordon adding scoring that we didn't see before in the bubble. Like, that's the recipe for ultimate success. And, you know, if it's not going to be Jamal Murray, then we have to start to look elsewhere. We have to be like, okay, Bones Highland, are you going to be that guy? I mean, we don't want to be in another situation where we have to rely on Aaron Gordon to be the secondary scorer. We've seen that in that movie before, and it doesn't end well. So that for me is like every night when I'm watching, I'm like, all right, dude, who's coming with me?
If Murray were to miss time, and I don't know if he's going to, although I imagine it's somewhat questionable for tomorrow.
I actually kind of hope he misses time.
Me too.
I mean, we'll see what happens. If that were to happen, there's no Michael Porter right now. Would you want to see Bones start? And who do you think Michael Malone would start?
I would think Bruce Brown would
he'll start Bruce.
He already starts.
Oh, that's right, because Michael's
But
not
he
playing.
would move probably Jeff Green up. And
Yeah, it would be Jeff.
Here's my thing though. Isn't Bones one of the concerns right now?
Absolutely.
And don't you think it would be good for him to get some reps with the start? What are you worried? The defense going to get better?
I think that would be one way to inspire his confidence
I
and then
agree.
also help remind him what was going well in the first place. I know it's a big drop off in terms of which units you're playing with, but he's virtually abandoned the playmaking that was once so promising. So maybe not just seeing himself make shots, but playing basketball again, getting some guys involved. And I agree, Bones and the bench are my concern for the bullet points. There's no 5-man bench lineup that you love. And a big part of it is that Bones hasn't become a leader floor general.
What's crazy though? The bench has been so bad, but they've still managed to have this record.
I know.
That's every part of the Nuggets where you're like, they don't play defense. They're terrible on offense. The bench is
not
bad.
terrible
Well,
on
I know, but like whatever
You
like
list them all off.
laundry list of like just damning issues, and you're like, God. And they're second in the West. They're a game out.
If Murray doesn't play tomorrow, though, I would love to see Bones. Let me ask a couple questions. Who is it they play tomorrow?
The Memphis Grizzlies.
And who's the star of the Memphis
Oh my
Grizzlies?
God.
John Morant.
And who's
Dylan
John
Brooks.
Morant's favorite player?
Oh,
currently?
so you think that if John Morant is
It
too busy,
might be Nikola
if he's too
Jokic right now.
starstruck-
Did you see that
I
tweet?
did see that tweet.
He tweeted about Nikola Jokic last night.
I know, dude. He's watching the Nuggets.
John-
I know,
Nuggets
apparently,
watcher, yeah.
he watches more film than I gave him credit for.
By the way, you know who wants the MVP?
John Morant.
John Morant.
He's not going to have the numbers, though.
I don't. You tell him that. Because my point is, remember Devin Booker last year went for like 60 against the Nuggets late in the season, and it was a total like I'm trying to make a statement that I should be in the MVP
sure.
conversation. It was total. Tomorrow night, Nuggets are getting John Morant's MVP statement game. It's on TNT. Like tomorrow night, Jokic is not taking this as an MVP statement game. John Morant, I promise you, is. And
Some
he's gonna be
some coach has slipped Denver's like interior defense numbers to John Morant in the last week. Is like,
He's like, sweet, this is going to be incredible.
have fun.
John Morant, I would take the over for him tomorrow night. But no, but my point is, I do think it'd be good for Bones' confidence and for the team if he played a little bit more with that starting lineup. And you don't do that if Murray's there because you want that lineup to play. But if Murray does miss a game or two, to me, I don't think it's. I think I'm with you, Jeff Green. It'd probably be anybody else. But I wouldn't mind seeing Bones play some of those minutes.
love that.
I just think it would be a good thing.
Yeah,
for him.
I mean, the question is not like what do we think would happen or what would we do. It's what do we think will happen.
Well, I
And
think
do-
I
do
asked
I-
both.
Yeah, do I think that Michael Malone will do that?
No.
Versus what would I do? I would absolutely start Bones. I don't know that Michael Malone will. I think that he would be more likely to put Bruce Brown as the one, and
Jeff
then-
in.
and then Jeff in it. Yeah, like kind of
It'd be
just
fun if they just start Zeke.
or,
Malone does
or
this
play
sometimes.
Zeke. Yeah, right. He's like, starts Zeke at the one.
He's like, well, let's see what he's got. I don't know. He keeps
I've
turning it
been
over.
listening to this.
We
I've
never
been
see him
listening to this.
again.
Yeah.
He's not guarding John all out there. Like,
I'm letting
what?
him explore his game out there, and what happens?
We'll have to see. By the way, Michael Malone, I do actually expect him to try out some combos. I would not even be surprised if that meant Zeke minutes to come. I will say this. Toughest
How
part.
many times have we said that this year?
Well, I'm just saying, after the game, didn't you get the sense Malone seemed a little, I don't want to say introspective, but he seemed like he was ready to give up on the stubbornness. Like,
Yeah, yes
I
and no.
gotta-
I do wish we could have gotten one more question at the end because that applies to everyone but Zeke. He has been in search mode. They have tried a bunch of different lineups. There is
How
no
many
go-to
times
the
have
bench.
we
Nuggets
heard-
call up Jack White. We're like, what?
How many times have we heard I've got to find a combination off the bench
Yeah.
that works?
Right. That combination
He
will
tried one though
include
last
DeAndre.
night, guys. It was weird. It was Vlaco at the 3 next to Jeff and DeAndre,
Yeah, I
which
didn't
is like,
really get that.
2 minutes.
I didn't get it either, but I'm just saying it was.
Yeah, he
new.
was searching.
He was searching.
But apparently the search stops at number 15.
That's
on
it.
the bench.
There's one option they really haven't explored much.
Ish and Zeke. There's no circumstance.
I think we see some experimentation, but here's the thing, man. Memphis is good. Portland's good. After that, who they the Suns on Christmas Day. Like
Oh
this
my
is
God.
maybe the toughest 3-game stretch, that they faced so far. Actually, I would say it definitely is. The
I mean,
toughest
not just 3
3-game stretch.
games. I think all
Then
10 of their
Sacramento.
next opponents are 500 or better.
So they're going through the
The worst team they
critical
play in the
stretch.
next 10 is Minnesota, who's
The Gambit?
500.
Are they about to go through the gauntlet or the gambit?
The gauntlet.
They're going through the gauntlet.
Their next 5 opponents are all top 5 in the West.
So this is
if
it'd
they
be a
start
tough
playing
spot
defense-
to put Zeke in now. Be like, let's see what he looks like. Oh, Nuggets went 0-2. Be tough.
Could they look any worse defensively? No.
but they're winning though. Is the point, Harrison? They're winning.
So
I'm just saying, people panic more when you lose. Like people have been
Absolutely.
panicking when the Nuggets win ugly. Imagine what they do when they lose 2-3 in a row. If that were to happen. All right, encouraging topics here, bullet points as well. This one sounds weird, but MPJ has barely played.
Barely.
And honestly, like
He was so good.
he was so good to start the year, and he's barely played. I think that they're taking their time with him, and maybe even he's taking his time because he wants to be 100%. And maybe he played like this is the give and take of all this. Like we're hard on Murray right now. Clearly, he's playing through injury. We were hard on Porter those last 4 games before he left. Guess what? He probably was just injured.
Yeah.
And I think it maybe told him like, why would I do this again? I'm just gonna be healthy so that I don't get graded. The team can help them out by just telling us these things. Like, hey, he's battling through
That's a big
injury.
part of it.
It would help, so we're not just like, why
Miami's
is he?
above 500.
It's almost like
Miami's
the,
above 500. They're 16 and 15.
Yeah, but it's almost like the team's not interested in helping us out.
The Miami Heat.
Yeah.
No, just the team with the information that they dispense, whether or not a player is healthy or not, they giving us all of the inside.
Yeah,
scoop.
but also fans. Like I'm saying, it's unfair.
But I mean, like
Michael
they don't want
Porter.
maybe they don't want the opponent to know. I don't know, whatever.
I'm just saying it's a weird position for a player to be in.
It is.
When you're like, oh, he's playing
Yeah.
like shit. But let's not tell anyone that he's actually dealing with a really bad injury at the moment, just because, then the whole fan base is mad at him. The homestand's just starting. It's just starting. Is it a tough homestand? Yes. But I still stay on this that them being home is going to make a difference. The longer they're home, the more I think it has a chance to make a difference. Yoke looked happy yesterday.
Here's the thing about the
AJ.
Nuggets. Here's the thing about the
AJ,
Nuggets,
baby.
man. None of us
He
would be
hates PJ.
surprised if this stretch brings their best basketball out of them.
All right.
We wouldn't be.
Holding out hope for that.
If they
one.
start playing defense, I'm gonna be pissed. Like I'm gonna be excited, but also pissed.
Here's my other take. Jokic, I really do think is better than ever. Like in what he's capable. I think he's capable of more than he's ever been capable of. Would we at least agree on that?
Yeah.
Even if you don't think he's playing better, he's capable of
Yes.
better.
Absolutely.
The Jokic that we all witnessed in Serbia, the Eurobasket,
God, that guy.
was just an absolute monster, unstoppable by any player in the world, unflappable, did whatever he wanted to do, unlimited range. Like coming into the season, we were like, oh my God, like this guy is going to just eat the league alive. But we were wrong because it was BJ. Now it's AJ. Now he's back. Now he's going to do that again. And I'm ready
From
for
the
it.
man who brought you the stroking uncle.
Go ahead and cue that outro music, Tiff, even though I've got 2 more here. One is Bones is good. He's playing bad right now.
He is playing bad,
He's playing
and
bad,
he's
but
good.
he is good. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the fan base.
Both things are true.
I've always predicted it. They were going to turn on him a little bit, but I really do think that there is just a bench chaos right now, some of which is beyond his control, some of which is brought on by him, I think, and how he's playing right now. But you know what? Homestands are going to help young players more than anyone else, and I honestly think he's going to right the ship before long. And he's a good player.
He is a good player.
And right now, when we talk about the Nuggets, we don't really think or talk about Bones over the last few games, but like I think he'll be back in that conversation later. And then last but very not least, but not very least, but not the least, the rest of the NBA sucks.
Yeah, they suck.
It's a great
Guys, remember when
point.
the Celtics were in a tier of their own?
Oh,
guess what?
Let's follow up on that.
Guess what? Come back in the fold, Celtics.
Hey, Eric,
come
Eric,
hang out with the losers.
Did
wanna
they
guess?
play down to their competition, Adam?
Eric, do you want to guess who has the worst offense in the NBA in December?
I thought it was defense.
Oh, is it?
I think it's the worst defense.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
worst
they
defense.
suck.
That's right. Whatever. Either way.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Either way, they're losing now. Voya, you tell me.
This
I
is my
stopped
favorite.
watching.
My favorite part about long seasons is that like a team will go like a 3-game, stretch will happen where a team looks a certain way.
It's
You're like,
offense.
well, they're not winning. They're gone. They're out. Like the Suns are bad now. Guess what? And then they're good again. You're like, oh, no, the Suns are good. What happened?
Hey,
That's your favorite part? That's the part that sucks.
No, I'm kidding. That's the most hilarious thing. Is that
It's
like
the worst.
you can make like sweeping declarations about a team every 3-game stretch about whether or not they're good.
correct.
And right now we're like, oh, well, it turns out the Celtics sucks.
I've seen enough.
Close the book.
Get them out of here.
Everybody's terrible. The Nuggets are somehow not as terrible as almost every other team.
But they feel terrible.
But they feel terrible.
sure
but
feel
guess
terrible.
what? You just hop out your bubble and go into any other
I know.
bubble right now, and every other fan base is like, we should be better. It's wide open. Nothing's going well. The coach sucks.
Here's a larger question: is the NBA good for
It's
people.
Not, it's not.
Should
good
it
for people.
exist?
It shouldn't
Everyone's
exist.
mad all the time.
It's so
Bad
true.
product, to be honest.
Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us on Slava. What do I say? Srečna Slava. It's weird because
Yeah.
you're only wishing Slava to people who have it today, which is actually not most people.
That's
But
us.
we do,
We
so.
But
absolutely.
we have
do.
ours, so we'll say it to you.
We're saying it
Srečna
to
Slava,
ourselves.
everybody. Hit the like button for us on the way out. We're going to see you guys tomorrow.
Let's go.